'Cause when you're lost, I am so be there to share your grief. But when your sorrow is only my way.
Hello and welcome to B-Money's Horror Review. Today we're going to be looking at Stigmata from 1999. To give you some indication on how old this is, it has an EB Games sticker on it. Is that place even in business anymore? Anyway, like I said, it's from 1999. It was directed by Rupert Wainwright. It stars Patricia, Arquette, and Johnathon, Pryce, and Gabriel, Byrne. Yeah. And I remember watching this flick when I was really young, and I think I watched it with my dad when it first came out on satellite or something. It was way back when. And I remember enjoying it as a kid, but I figured I needed to rewatch it after I bought it this time to see if, if I still felt the same way. There's a big difference between 9 and 19. So I watched it, and I still fairly enjoyed it, and this says a lot for me because I really don't like possession flicks. Not like they scare me or anything, but maybe it's an atheist thing that, possession flicks don't really do much for you. Or ghost stories for that matter. But, that's enough of my personal life. But, Billy Corgan, of the Smashing Pumpkins, does the score for this film, and he does a really good job. He gets this goth, industrial, just thumping drum machine sound going with the guitars and kill switches going on and off, just that typical, trashy industrial 90s sound. It really adds a lot to the movie. But basically the plot of the movie is Patricia Arquette, who's pretty young in this film, compared to, I don't know how old she is now, but she's, most people know her as the lady from Medium. I knew her as Valerie from Little Nicky and her heart-shaped hiney. But Stigmata, it's about Patricia Arquette's character, and her mother, while vacationing in Brazil, buys this rosary off some kid in the market, only to later find out that the rosary belonged to this father. By father I mean a Catholic priest who was experiencing the stigmata. For those that don't know, stigmata is a phenomenon where people that are extremely religious start to develop the wounds of Christ out of nowhere. Holes through the wrist, cuts along the forehead from the crown of thorns, lashings on the back, etc. And the father ends up dying from these, from the stigmata. And then some kid steals his rosary and sells it to Patricia Arquette's mom. And she sends it to Patricia Arquette, who's in Portland, Oregon, which is probably one of the shittiest cities in the world. Anyhow, she gets it and touches it, and soon she is afflicted with a very violent stigmata, and it causes her numerous health problems, and a Catholic official played by Gabriel Byrne comes to investigate, because apparently, this is the most legitimate thing. He's like a researcher slash scientist for the Vatican, and he comes to get the lowdown on everything, and it's pretty much just them fighting what's possessing her. And I'll go ahead and tell you, it turns out she's possessed by God, Jesus, and the devil. So all three of them in one body, that's gotta be quite a party. And what else is of note of the plot? Well, I guess I can tell you this without ruining the plot either. The whole plot is based on this gospel that was found in 1945 or so outside of Jerusalem, and I think it was like the St. Thomas's scroll or something, and the Catholic Church labeled it as heresy because within it was supposed to be like the closest thing to Jesus's words, which I don't believe the man existed. I mean, Jesus was a common name back then, and Christ was a title that a lot of people held, so clearly, more than likely there was a Jesus Christ, but I digress. Anyway, it was supposed to be like the closest to the actual sayings of Jesus, and it was that the church is within you, not in a building, And of course, if the Catholic Church let that get out, they'd be ruined, because people wouldn't go to church, so they labeled it as heresy, and it was never brought up or added to any of the books of the Bible. So that's vaguely what Stigmata is based on. Now, I'll get to the score. Stigmata. Oh wait, no. Let's go to the DVD features. Well, no, I guess I'll score the movie first, because that's usually how I would do it. The movie itself, I really enjoyed it, even for a possession flick, which usually doesn't do anything for me. So I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this one. The special features on the DVD include the director's alternate ending, which I didn't check out, audio commentary from the director, deleted scenes, music video by Natalie Imbruglia. Why does that sound familiar? Oh, she did that song "Torn" in the 90s. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, that song. Yeah, her. She's got a music video on here. I don't know if it's for Torn or not, but my DVD came with this little 8-page booklet. It's got some cool little reading material here. Well, introduction from the director, some background on the Gospel of St. Thomas. I think it was St. Thomas. Let me make sure on that. It says it in here. Yeah, the Lost Gospel of St. Thomas. And it's got a little thing about using Aramaic, which they do in the film, which is pretty hard at imagine since it's a dead language. So I'm going to give the DVD a 9 out of 10. My mom's giving me weird looks. Well, let's knock that down to an 8.5 out of 10. Movie, 8. DVD, 8.5 out of 10. If only for the Natalie Imbruglia music video. It's been Byrne's horror review. I'm getting kind of delirious. I'll see you next time.